Okay, today we are doing our first project with the ARC tool, and this will be the end cap to the crank arm we just created as our project from the circle tool. As we discussed when we created the crank arm, we used circles to create the bottom portion of the design and trimmed away the excess that we didn't need. Well, what you're going to do when you get to this project and you're working it from dimension sheets, you're going to do it more like or very similar to what we're doing today, and you're going to use the center arc tool. Let's bring up the dimension sheets real quick. All right, this is the actual project for the end cap that we'll be doing later in the semester when you are doing the engine block project. So you can see there's my design. What we're doing today is very similar. Not quite the same, but very similar. All right, so we're going to create a sketch on the front back plane. Our origin is going to be right here, the center of our design. We're going to create, well, first of all, we're going to change our units of measurement to inches. That's not stated on here. The other thing's not stated on here that appears to be left out is this extrusion will be, that's a 1/4 inch tall. Okay, so we're going to draw two arcs in our first sketch. The first arc is going to be 1/2 inch. The second arc will be 3/4 inch. Okay, now we could add this up on, but that's a different height of the extrusion. Well, no, we don't. And extrude it back. Well, we could do that. All right, then put holes in the top. That would be a possible approach, not the way we're doing it though. Okay, so we've got two arcs. We're going to enclose those two arcs by drawing lines across the middle. Then we're going to come over. We're going to create a sketch on the bottom face of our design. We do not want the plane. I had, what, 3 or 4 guys in class last time I did this. They selected the plane. They can't access these edges. And they're like going, I can't dimension from the edges. Well, no, you can't dimension from the edges because you're sketching on the plane and not on the bottom of your design, bottom face of your design. So, create a sketch on this bottom face. We're going to draw a rectangle, an eighth of an inch by 3/8 of an inch. Okay, we're going to start on the top edge of our design here, not on the corner, okay, because we don't want to tie this rectangle to the corner. And we're going to create a sketch dimension. We're either going to put it, let's see, 0.075 plus 0.05 gives us the 0.125, which is an eighth of an inch. So we can either position the right edge 0.05 inches from the right edge of our design, or the right edge of our design be 0.075 inches from the left edge of our rectangle. Then we're going to create an arc from the right top corner of that rectangle, okay? And it's going to be a tangent arc. It's going to be a tangent because there's the tangent constraint on this particular arc. All right, this is not a diagram. This is actually an image of the sketch itself inserted into the dimension sheet. So we're going to draw a tangent arc. So the first ending, or the end of the top end will be at this corner. The second end point of our arc will be the bottom corner. And that will create our arc. Then this will give us the midpoint of our arc, which happens to be the midpoint of this line. And we will draw our hole, which is going to be an eighth of an inch in diameter as well. We'll create a mirror line and mirror our design then to the other side after we trim away these interior lines. And extrude those shapes 1/4 inch. So let's fresh canvas. Let's create sketch. Front back plane. Create arc, center point arc. And I forgot to change that's not the right drop down. All right. Document settings. Let's go to inches. There we go. Now let's create our arc, center point arc, 0.5 inches. Along the x-axis there, click 180 degrees. All right, good, click. Let's draw our second one. From the origin, click 0.75 along the x-axis, click. Once again, 180 degrees. Good, click. Escape. All right, I've got 2 arcs there. It's a little messy because of my dimension lines. I'm going to drag those in and out of the way. There we are. And I've got my 2 arcs. Let's take the line tool. We want to enclose our shape here. So line tool, create line, keyboard shortcut of L. Endpoint of the outer arc to the inner arc. There's 1. Let's do the same on the other side. Inner arc to outer arc. There's 2. It's turning blue. I've got an enclosed shape. Let's finish sketch. Let's extrude. Keyboard shortcut of E. Home position. All right, it's 0.375 inches or 3/8 of an inch. Now, we haven't done this yet in class, so I'm kind of shocked we haven't done this. If I had given you 3/8 of an inch as the dimension, how do you convert that to a decimal? Well, it's 3 divided by 8. So I can type in the fraction, 3 divided by 8, and it will do the calculation for me. And there we are. So if you see the dimension box, it's 3 divided by 8, which happens to be 0.375 inches. Okay, I'm going to enter as a new body. Now we're going to create a sketch. We do not want the plane. I harped on that a few minutes ago. I want this bottom face. So I'm going to click on that face. And the reason is because I want to be able to access the geometry of my design or the edges of my design. Let's create a 2-point rectangle from the top edge. Let me refresh what we're doing. Oh, wrong screen. So we're creating this rectangle, 1/8 of an inch by 3/8 of an inch. We're going to position that rectangle to this edge, either 0.075 from this side to here or 0.05 from this edge to the right edge. We're going to create a tangent arc from the endpoints and then create our 1/8 of an inch diameter hole. And we'll mirror it to the other side. So let's draw our 2-point rectangle. I'm going to start somewhere on the edge, top edge here. So 1 divided by 8 by 3 divided by 8. Look at there. Works out. I was right. Okay. So it comes up 0.125, 0.375. Let's position it. Sketch dimension tool. Create sketch dimension. Let's go with the right edge of my design to the right edge of my rectangle. Come down. Now, the diagram showed left edge of my rectangle to the right edge of my design with a distance of 0.075. Well, guess what? 0.075 plus what gives me 0.125, 0.05. So I'm going to dimension this 0.05 from the right edge. Okay, that means from here to here is 0.075. All right, let's create the tangent arc. So the tangent arc is 2 points, our 2 endpoints. There's going to be the first endpoint, second endpoint will be the bottom. Create arc, tangent arc. First endpoint, click. Second endpoint, click. There's my tangent arc. Now we'll create a center diameter circle. Create circle, center diameter circle, keyboard shortcut of C. From this midpoint, which happens to be the center of my arc, there we are. There's the center of my circle. 1 divided by 8, 1/8. And enter. Look there, worked again. Okay, we're getting close to being done with this side. Let's just trim away some of the excess. So modify trim. Let's get rid of this, and this. It's the closest I'm going to get to one enclosed shape. And now I think we're ready to mirror, other than the fact that we need a mirror line. Let's go create line. Create line from the origin. Click. Straight down. That was the center of our design, right? Click. Escape out of the line tool. I'm going to select the line, hit X, and toggle it to construction. I very rarely actually use the button on the sketch palette to toggle construction because I never remembered to turn it back off. So I will create my line, select it, and use the letter X to toggle it back and forth from construction. Okay, let's mirror. Create mirror. Here's the shortcut in the toolbar. I'm going to move my palette up out of the way. The first thing I need to do is select the objects I want to mirror. I'm just going to click and drag. There we are. I've got 14 objects. Let's change the selection to select the mirror line. There's my mirror line. Oh, it looks good. All right, everything's in place. I can finish sketch. Let's finish sketch, home position. Could just hit E. Let's extrude. Create, extrude, keyboard shortcut of E. Select my shapes. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going up, negative 0.25. I don't want to cut, so I'm going to change my operation from cut to join. Looks good. Let's click OK. We're done. All right, you may submit your assignment, and I will see you next time.